Ooh, good morning, Mr. Snake. Oh, you're a big fluffy kitty. You make me nervous. Don't make any sudden moves. But I think I have to sneeze. Today we're going to take a look at our tomato plant in our grow tower. Take a look inside. See what else we got growing in the heat. Cats aren't really good for much of anything, except for when the bees aren't around and we have to hand pollinate. He helps out a little bit. Guess we'll let him hang around. What? I'm out of here. Hey, we're going to take a look at our tomato plant in our garden tower. And some people ask, how do I know if the pump's still running? And basically you can still hear it. And you can see the water dripping on the inside here. So take a look at the inside. Pull the lid off. I want to show you the sprinkler head's working pretty good. So we're going to go turn off the water and take a peek inside. So you can see it looks pretty clean. There's a little bit of buildup on the lid here, not too much. And we see some on our pool noodles. I didn't go get the orange ones yet, I'm still using the green ones. You can see the roots. I gotta keep an eye on those that they don't go through the hole and get down in the bottom and clog up the pump. So we'll go ahead and let this go, keep growing. We've got it tied up with a little bit of twine, and we'll see if we grow any tomatoes. Plant, by the way, is Roma tomato, small variety. Like I said, I'm not going to start off and try with a big variety like a beefsteak or anything. As far as the algae goes, and this whole tomato thing is just an experiment, so don't get too excited about it. You know, I might be wrong about the algae and the colors and everything, but that's why we do it over and over and over again. Someone out there said that they use orange buckets and they did get algae, so we're just trying, you know, experimenting, and it might take a little while. So don't take everything I say as gospel when we're doing experiments like this. I just kind of want to bring you guys along for the ride so you can see what I've been going through for like the past 10 years. You know, it's constantly experimenting and playing with things and having fun. So most of the time I show you what works for me, but this is one of the times that I just want to show you guys the process, you know, of what happens and how many times we actually go over and over and over before we figure something out and show you what works. In this container we've got a couple of cherry tomatoes, and I love growing cherry tomatoes. They don't take very much to grow, and this one's already got a lot of blooms on it. We've got some tomatoes already starting to grow, and it's all done in this tote that I think I've had it for like 5 years. And you can see it's just in the net cups with pool noodles. You know, I love the pool noodles. And a couple of holes here. I only wanted 2 plants, so I needed to cover a couple holes, so I just covered it with aluminum foil, shoved them back in there. And when some of these tomatoes ripen up, I'll come back and show y'all. But basically, I planted those out and didn't do anything to it. Here's a little control one, the same tomato plant, and I planted one of them over here in the soil so we can kind of see them, you know, if they're doing the same thing. We got some more buds that needs pollinating. Where's that damn cat? And of course we've got our pak choi going, and the ones towards the front here that get the most sun are a little bit bigger, then they get smaller as they get back in the shade. But still, with the heat, we're still growing a lot of greens. You know, it's not perfect, but you know, with these downspouts, no care at all. We just let them sit here, keep them between 1/2 and 3/4 full, growing basil, and I just love the system. Hardly any work, and in 95-degree heat, things are still growing. Got some pepper plants going. Now there's 5 of them in here. I'm not going to keep 5 in this one tiny container. This is kind of a nursery to get them started. When they get a little bigger, I transfer them to their own container. Those green onions there are the same ones you've seen from like 2 or 3 years ago. They just keep growing back and don't really do anything to them. Remember when I made this container out of marble? Yeah, and people are saying, oh, you can't grow in stone, it's going to mess up the pH and blah, blah, blah. But, it's not perfect, but there's no algae growing inside. It's dark, and we're growing some basil. Just having fun. Taking it easy, relaxing. Makes me think. Look at these tiny seeds. We worry about a lot of stuff in the garden, and sometimes we don't slow down and take a look at things, but this tiny little seed produced big plants. All of this pak choi. And without really doing much to it. We put a little bit of nutrients, which is the vitamins for the plant. Give it some sunlight and let them go. I mean, isn't that wonderful? And all from this tiny, tiny little seed. We worry about a lot of stuff, and we never slow down to kind of look and really see what's going on. We don't realize like a little tiny acorn makes a huge oak tree without us doing anything to it. It's just out there growing. And we still stress about a lot of things and trying to figure it out when the simplest answers might be all around us. Anyhow, I just like to think once in a while. Take time, have fun, relax. Oh, and if you're wondering about that snake, I had to stop the cat and save the snake. And this was just one of the little black racers. We love having them around the garden. They keep down the pest. But that's just what cats do. Just like that's what dogs do. And this is what we should do. Get out there, enjoy nature, go grow, live to inspire, keep on growing, be the change. I'll catch you next time.